What is up guys, Taiki here, and in this video I've created a beginner's guide to generating passive income with only $1,000 using the Polygon and Matic ecosystem. If you like the content, please like and subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section below. None of this is financial advice, so let's get started. Okay, so if you're new to DeFi or new to crypto, you've probably been wondering like, what is all this hype about with decentralized finance, right? DeFi. And I think for people to like fully grasp the importance and like the value proposition of DeFi, people should actually use these applications, right? And by using these applications, I think it's a lot easier to like understand DeFi by using it than to like have someone explain it for you. And Polygon and Matic, I think, is great because it essentially has zero transaction fees. I think it's like a millionth of a penny to do a single transaction on Polygon. But if you're unaware, like the Ethereum blockchain, though it's the most decentralized and the most secure, transaction fees are expensive. It can cost roughly $20 to $100 depending on how congested the blockchain is. So it's really good at pricing retail out. So if you have a smaller wallet, then Ethereum is essentially unusable. Obviously, scaling solutions are coming out, but for the time being, if you want to use DeFi, I think Polygon and Matic is the place to be. And I'll explain like how you can best like utilize Polygon to generate passive income. So this is going to be the overview of the video. I'll quickly go over Metamask, bridging assets, go over how to get a little bit of Matic to do some transactions, and then I'll be going over 3 of my favorite projects on Polygon, which is going to be Aave, Curve, and Sushiswap. Okay, so I'm just going to assume that you have Metamask downloaded, configured, and have funds bridged over. So Metamask downloaded on Chrome or browser or on some mobile wallet. You added the Matic mainnet, and you have funds bridged over. If you want to know how to do this, then there are like hundreds of videos online and on YouTube on how to do this. So I suggest you check out one of those great resources. And so I'm not going to waste your time on how to do that. I'm just going to focus more on like how to actually use these applications. Okay. So on the broad level, decentralized finance is super valuable, and the value proposition is that it allows for the peer-to-peer borrowing, lending, and transfer of money, not through a financial intermediary, but through smart contracts and code. And by eliminating the middleman, essentially banks, and this is like these financial intermediaries, essentially all the users get to thrive, and like the users benefit. The user experience is much more seamless, and it's permissionless. You don't have to ask the bank for permission to borrow or lend funds out. Okay, and I think for me, I guess like my advice to newer users of DeFi, it's to start off with the DeFi blue chips, right? Blue chips meaning battle tested projects. There's billions of dollars locked into these protocols, and basically the smart contracts are like less risky than any like new project. And once you start to use these DeFi blue chips, you can understand, okay, you can kind of have an idea of like how these decentralized apps work, right? dApps. And once you're comfortable, you can expand and experiment with other applications. That being said, like I mentioned, I'll be going over how to use Aave, which is the 26th largest, crypto project, right? Aave is essentially a bank. And Curve also is a good way to generate passive income, and Sushiswap. Okay. That being said, let's get into the tutorial of the video. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to get some Matic tokens, because Matic is a gas token and you need Matic to execute these smart contracts. And you can go to this website called matic.supply, connect your wallet, and you can essentially, it'll give you 0.001 Matic, which will allow you to do 100 transactions up to 3 times a day. Right, and you can kind of see like how cheap these transactions are, because one Matic is roughly $2. Excuse me. And once you do that, let's just go over to Aave, which is my favorite application on Polygon. So Aave, a simple way to think about Aave is that it's a bank, right? And Aave as a bank will allow you to deposit dollars into your checkings account, and you can lend out those dollars to earn a yield, and you can also borrow money on the Aave and pay an interest rate. So I've already done this. So I've deposited $1,000 into Aave. You can do this by just clicking the deposit button here, right? And it's earning me 1.85% paid in dollars, right? USDC. and 2.84% paid in the Matic token. And the reason that they're paying me additional rewards in Matic tokens is because Polygon has a $40 million liquidity mining program, which is a partnership with Aave. Polygon launched roughly a month ago, and to incentivize liquidity to go onto their platform and to incentivize people to use it, they're essentially paying you to use Aave, which is like the way I like to think about it. And the incredible thing about Aave is that right now, given these liquidity mining programs, you essentially get paid to borrow. All right, so I'm just gonna focus on USDC to simplify things. But if you borrow funds on Aave, you have to pay Aave 3%, right? So this is the interest rate you pay to borrow. But because of this liquidity mining program, Matic will pay you 4% paid in the Matic token. So essentially, if I borrow, let's say $500, I'm essentially being paid 1% to borrow. And obviously these rates are variable. So I'm just going to do this right now. These rates are variable, but so they fluctuate over time. But generally it is like, on average, you get paid to borrow, and these rates do calm down at some point. So as you can see, this is my collateral. Right? So this is $1,000 that I've onboarded onto Aave, which is earning me yield, right? And I'm borrowing I'm borrowing the same asset, paying 3%, but being paid 4% to do so, if that makes sense. And the Matic rewards will be, it's going to accumulate on the top right, and maybe you can claim this like once a week or something. But now I have $500 to play with. So where should I, put this dollar to work to generate passive income? And the application I like to use is Curve. Now on Curve, I can deposit dollars, and I can earn 5% on my dollars and 27% paid in the Matic token. Because similar to Aave, there's a $5 million liquidity mining program, so you're just like being paid to use it. And obviously you can just put your initial $1,000 in the Curve and I guess generate more passive income. But I just wanted to put Aave in the middle, right? Use it as your checkings account to just like understand the power of decentralized finance. Like this concept of money Legos where you can just stack I guess like use protocols on top of each other to generate yield. All right, and okay, so let's just use Curve. So let's just click on this and go to the deposit tab here. So let's see. Oh, I need to connect. Let me just do that real quick. And I might have to refresh. So you need to connect your Matic wallet. Okay, so right here, I have $500 on here. Right, so I'm just gonna deposit and stake engage, and this is gonna be multiple transactions. I have to approve, I have to give permission to Curve to spend my USDC, and then this next transaction is to actually put my USDC into Curve, and then the next transaction will be for me to stake it. So obviously, if this was on Ethereum, then I'd have to like pay like $30 per transaction, which can add up obviously, right? So if you're a small account, then this is like, it'll price you out. But because Polygon, the fees are so low, like even if you have like a few $100s, even if you have a few $100s, you can still use Curve. So now my assets are in Curve, and like I mentioned earlier, it's earning me 5% paid in USDC and 26% paid in Matic. So I essentially, if you think about it, on a high level, I have $1,000, which I put into Aave, which is earning me yield. I'm borrowing $500, which is also earning me yield. And with those $500, I'm putting that into Curve, which is earning me yield, right? This is the idea of yield farming, and this is like how you generate passive income. Obviously, there are risks, right? You're taking on the smart contract risk of Aave and Curve, but like I'm using Aave, Curve, and Sushiswap because I think they're essentially safe. Not financial advice, but they've been battle tested. They've been audited many times, and there's $7 billion locked into Aave, so I think it's relatively safe. Okay, and another thing you can do on Polygon is to essentially provide liquidity. I'm not going to get into how to do this because I did make a video on how to be a liquidity provider on Sushiswap with $500. And so feel free to check out this video if you're interested. And with Sushiswap and Polygon, there's also a $30 million liquidity mining program, which is like you're just being paid to provide liquidity on Sushi. So I'm currently providing liquidity on USDC and DAI. I did this yesterday, like a day ago, and I have $500 in this. but as you can see, I'm already earning roughly 0.1 Matic and 0.008 Sushi. So if you want to like farm Sushi and Matic tokens, right? Like let's say like DeFi is interesting and you want to like buy these assets, but maybe you're kind of scared of the volatility. Well, I'm essentially just using dollars to accumulate Sushi and Matic, right? Because I'm accumulating Matic here, I'm accumulating Sushi, and on Aave, I'm accumulating the Matic token. And also on Polygon, on Curve, I'm also like accumulating Matic. And over time, like this claim button, it'll go up, right? It's just gonna keep generating Matic tokens. And if you're interested in like other things you can do, there's this thing called Degen. I call it Degen yield farming. And like 3 weeks ago, I just did this to accumulate 10,000 Matic in 2 weeks. So check out this video, and I have a whole playlist on how to best utilize the Matic and Polygon ecosystem. So I suggest you check it out there. So, and you might be wondering, like what if I don't want the Matic token, right? Like what if I want to yield farm and like yield farm like Bitcoin, for example, right? Like I don't want Matic, I want Bitcoin. The cool thing is because transaction fees are essentially zero, you can at any point you can claim this Matic, right? Like I'm not gonna do it now, but you can claim your Matic that you've been yield farming and go to a decentralized exchange like QuickSwap or Sushi and take your Matic, right? And swap it for Bitcoin, right? There's nothing stopping you from taking your yield and buying like an asset that you actually want with it. And the cool thing about Aave is that, you know, if you swap Matic for Bitcoin, you can redeposit Bitcoin onto Aave to generate more yield, right? It's just like generating yield. It's called yield farming. And if you like the Matic token, then you can just claim your Matic token, harvest it, and put it back into Aave and earn roughly 8% paid in the Matic token. So as you can see, like there's so much you can do with stablecoins and dollars in DeFi, and Polygon allows for an amazing ecosystem because transaction fees are essentially zero. So I've been doing this for a month now, and you know it's really fun. Crypto isn't just about buying something and hoping it goes up. You can actually put your assets to work, and that is the power of DeFi. And you know, once you start using these applications, I think you'll it's just like every day you'll just become more and more bullish. And as you can see right here, it's not updating, but yes, you can see that like these numbers are going up, right? So you know, I'm lending out my assets to other people, and I'm borrowing assets from, you know, like other people around the world. I don't know who they are, but you know, I'm lending money to them, and I'm borrowing money from people around the world, paying an interest rate, earning an interest rate, and just combining all these ecosystems together to just generate yield with my dollars. That being said, if you like the content, please like and subscribe, and let me know if this was helpful, and let me know if you want me to do more guides on Polygon, Matic, or any other blockchains. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day and have fun farming.